Okay, hi Maria.
Hello.
Okay, so we're gonna work today on, you told me that you suffer from migraines, that you also have some knee pain, right? It's on the right or the left?
On the right,
On the
on the
right.
right, on the outside of my right knee.
And also that you were kind of changing jobs or you want to change jobs and there's some fear, right?
Yes. Yeah. Everything's ready for me to submit for a new job. So there's a little fear after being at my job for 14 years. So
Wow.
yeah. Yeah.
All right, well, let's check on that. Let's see how we can get you out of that state.
Okay.
So first of all, I'm just give me 2 minutes and I'm gonna scan your energy. You can just relax. You have to do nothing. I'm just gonna do it 2 minutes, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so what I got from you is that I felt some in your heart, some emotional blockages. I felt also a lot of responsibility that you're carrying. Like I felt your shoulders. I felt in your stomach area, your intestines. I don't know if you have problems with digesting food or any problems, but I felt some energy over there and also in your sacral chakra, which is your lower abdomen.
Okay.
Um, so what this means, and then you tell me if it resonates with you.
Okay.
What this means is that that you carry some responsibility that you don't want to carry. Like this is too much, and I really don't want to carry this. Also, well, you have some issues from the past, issues from heartaches or something that is caused that when you connect with that part of your life or those people, it kind of gives you emotional sadness. I feel like that.
Mm-hmm.
And in your stomach area, which is very interesting because we're just talking about that, that means that you're afraid of new changes. The intestines means movement, moving forward to new ideas, to new things, and that's why some people get, constipation or other issues with the stomach. Does that resonate with you?
Yes, completely. Yeah. Yeah. The whole part with my heart, yeah, for sure. I've been trying to cut ties with some family members that kind of used to drain me.
Mm,
Um, so I've I think this is the first time I said no in a long time. And I was fearful of saying no, but
mm,
I had to do it. I had to do it for myself. And I felt good, but it is also still carrying a little bit of weight on me of like, you know,
cool.
um, the responsibility. I think for sure, I think it's the necessity of having our own place,
Okay.
having our own house.
Mm,
And right now we carry responsibility with other people.
of course.
And I feel like it is definitely time for us to branch out and have our own space.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so let's find out. Well, anyways, everything that we just discussed about this, the energy stagnated in those parts of your body, as I told you, is part of the our emotions, as we just discussed. So what I do with this is I'm gonna give you Reiki at a distance. So after we finish this call, I'm gonna give you Reiki at a distance, okay?
Okay.
And that's gonna help to let the energy flow and get those emotions out of your system.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go check into your migraines because very interesting. Let me tell you that migraines means that you're blocking your creativity. It's interesting. Also has to do with our sacral chakra, which is the lower abdomen, and it has to do with the sexual part or the creativity.
Mhm.
And the migraines also means that you wanted to do something how can I put, it's like, for example, when, let's say there's a teenager that wants to be a singer in a band, but the parents are like, no way, you're going to go to college, you're going to be an accountant. So then he start having like migraines.
Right.
You know, it's like you want to do something, but you just don't do,
Yeah.
because of an authority that could be a real thing or could be that you're making it up. You know, your subconscious is still tied to something.
Yeah.
And then another thing very interesting is that you say your left knee hurts?
My right knee
The
on that
right.
side.
Okay, well, the right knee has to do with your father, and it has to do with authority, and it has to do with you not wanting to submission to authority. And you're fighting with that. So is this related to your father? How was your relationship with him?
You know, actually, I think out of all my siblings, I have the best relationship with my dad. I feel like, um, you know how you said the migraines? The migraines definitely have to do with um, me being afraid of kind of stepping into my creativity. Um, I've held jobs mainly because I needed the income, not
Mhm.
necessarily because it was something that I was like, oh my God, I really want to do that.
Uh-huh.
And I think I've come to now, like my 40, I'm be 40 this year, and I feel like now I'm like, I really know, I'm really starting to learn my worth of how much experience I have professionally,
Mhm.
that I know I can get a lot better and I can get a much better pay. Um, the
Okay.
position that was offered, kind of like extended in a sense, it's not really offered yet, but I still have to apply for it, is something that I probably would have never asked for before. I would have never asked for that salary. But because I know that I am deserving and I know that I should be stepping into something that is more creative where I can use my creativity. Um, there's that fear that's kind of holding me back, like
Mhm.
that's a big move, you know, and we have kids and I have a husband, and you know,
Uh-huh.
so it's that part that's kind of, I feel like that's the creativity that I know that I should be submersing into. I know I should be just saying yes and moving forward. And then there's that little kind of talk in my head, like,
What is that talk?
oh,
What
yeah,
does it
like just
say?
kind of like the be careful. Are you sure you're going to be able to handle this? Are you sure, you know, that, you know, it's just that little gnawing kind
Mm.
of at the back of the
So what is
brain.
it? The fear is about you not being able to be good enough for the job, or that you're not gonna like the job, or what is the fear?
I think the fear is mainly change, is change in I will have to figure out, like, I'm very comfortable at my job, you know. I know what time I got to go to work, so I know what time I have to drop off my kids. I know, you know, all these things, I already have it in motion. I've had it in motion for years. But I feel like the fear is like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen here? But there is that there is that feeling that I know I'm going to be supported whatever decision I make, but it's still that negative self-talk, you know, that's kind of like, you know, in the back of my mind.
Mhm.
um and maybe because my dad has always been very safe with his job, he stayed in the same job forever.
Mm.
And I don't think he ever really loved his job. I think it was just something he did because
The
it
job.
was for income. So maybe that's how it ties in my dad, where I
Yeah.
think of like he always was the provider in our family. My mom did not work,
Mhm.
and he pretty much sacrificed probably what he really wanted to do to make sure that we were all okay. Um,
Yeah. Well, do you know what is interesting that you say that, because then that fear doesn't belong to you.
mhm,
You just got it from your dad. It doesn't
yeah,
belong to you.
yeah,
So what you have to say is, whenever you feel that, you say, "This doesn't belong to me. I send it back to the sender.
okay,
It's not yours." Because you're willing to, you're applying, you want another job. You know, you're starting to know that you deserve better, that you can choose job, plus you can be happy, and you know.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna check now. I have a list here of 6 things. For example, we're gonna check if your migraines, because that was pretty bad, right? I remember you tell me once
Yes.
you even had to go to hospital or something.
I've had my migraine since I was 15. Um, I I feel like my migraines come when I feel unsafe, where it's something unstable. And the
Oh,
reason why I say that is because when they started to happen was when my parents separated. So
mm,
when they were having problems and they were beginning to separate, my migraines started to come and they got really, really bad. I used to go to the ER often when I was young. I
wow.
missed a lot of school because I just couldn't function.
Mm,
So I feel like my migraines, I know come when fear or instability that I feel that I'm unsafe, I'm unsure.
uh-huh.
Um, yeah, my body responds that way. It's almost like an automatic response when that feeling comes in.
Okay, so let me check. I'm gonna muscle test with my fingers. I muscle test and I ask, uh, supraconscious, please give me the access to scan Maria and see which of these 6 groups here that I have are affecting her migraine. So we're gonna start from pathogens. Is there any pathogens? Like bacteria, fungus, parasites? No. It is structural, bones, nerves, muscles, structural. No. Is it nutritional? Yes. Okay. What is it? Is it food? Yes. Is food? Is it herbs? Nutrients? Dehydration? The magnetic field? Okay. Is it vitamins? Deficiency of vitamins? Minerals? All right. It says yes to food. We're gonna ask which food and the minerals. So let me get the list of the minerals and let's check. All right, it gave me 2. It says that you're deficient in magnesium and zinc.
Okay.
So you have to take those 2.
Okay.
And also food. So there's certain food that you eat that also causes the migraines.
Yes.
Are you aware of that?
I've noticed like sometimes when it's pork,
Pork, let's see. Is it
pork.
pork? Is pork? Is there any other meat? No. Is it grains? Wheat? No, it's pork. You're right.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
pork.
I've noticed that it's pork and sometimes a certain oil like sunflower, anything that is not like olive oil or avocado oil. I
Mhm.
feel I always have like it starts from my stomach and then it goes to my head. That's how I know it's food. Like, and
Yeah,
when
it
I
is.
know it's stress, it will just be a straight migraine, no stomach ache.
Yeah. So no pork when you're stressed.
Yeah, no pork and no stress.
No tacos de carnitas. Okay, and then just remember the zinc and the
And
magnesium.
the magnesium.
Mhm. Okay, so let's keep checking. Is it energies? Yes. Is it emotional? Yes. Post traumatic? Yes. Allergy? Mental offense? So energies is telling me that it's also emotional and post traumatic.
Mhm.
I don't know. Did something happen in your life earlier as a child, that something traumatic that made you feel unsafe and unstable, like you said?
Um, I think mainly, I mean, I had a very difficult relationship with my mom
Mm-hmm.
as a child. Um, Once I hit like 6, 7 years old, um, it was very hard for me and my mom to kind of come together. My dad was the one that I mainly gravitated to the most.
Mm.
It was very hard for her to give me like show me emotional love once I wasn't little anymore. So, um,
Okay. All right. So we're gonna go back to that because there's another list of emotions. So we're gonna untrap those emotions from you. Okay. Let's There's two more things that I need to check, and one is toxicity. Is there toxicity? No. Circuitry. No. So it's emotional, is food, and is nutrient, the minerals that I told you.
mhm. Okay.
All right. Now let's check on the emotions. Okay. Let's see. Okay. The first emotion that came up is despair. Do you remember when you felt that way?
Mm,
Maybe younger.
yeah, probably because I'm the smallest in my family. And between me and my sister, there's 6 years. And then me and my brother are 8. And then me and my older sister have 10 years apart. So it was very difficult for me to connect with any of them once I hit like
Mhm.
7 because they were already teens.
Oh,
Um, and I kind of grew up by myself, like playing my own games. Um, uh, when I was very little, of course, everybody wanted to be around me, and I was the baby of the family. But once I kind of passed 5 years old into like becoming like that
they
small
still
age,
having boyfriends and girlfriends.
yeah, yeah, everybody was kind of growing up, and it was more like I was more like a nuisance to them. They wanted their own space, and my dad was busy working, my mom was busy being a housewife, mother to all 4 of us, and
No.
nobody really paid attention to me anymore at that point.
Okay. All right. We have here in the thymus gland is like a vortex of energy that releases the trapped emotions. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna tap and you're gonna say, I release the trapped emotion of despair. I let it go. It doesn't serve me anymore. You're gonna do that 3
Okay.
times.
Okay. I release the trapped emotions of despair.
I let it go.
I let it go.
It doesn't serve me anymore.
It doesn't serve me anymore.
Again,
I release the trapped emotions of despair. It doesn't serve me
I let it go.
anymore. I let it go. I release the trapped emotions of despair. It doesn't serve me. I let it go.
Okay. And now I want you to take a deep breath, very deep, and let it out. Okay, very good. All right. The next emotion that came up was fear. So think back in your life when you felt a lot of fear.
Okay.
Okay. You remember that?
hmm Yes. When I started to truly feel fear was when my grandmother passed away. She lived with us our whole lives. She was my dad's mom,
Mhm.
and my dad pretty much when he used to drink a lot until I was born. Then he stopped drinking completely. I never knew he used to drink. So when I came along, I didn't um make the connection as to why my siblings kind of felt different towards him than I did.
Mm,
Um so when my grandmother passed away, my dad started drinking again. And then that's when I truly started to feel, that was the first time I probably felt true fear,
mm,
um, like being unsafe, because although my dad was not drinking and being violent, I think it triggered my mom's emotions of, oh, here he goes,
yeah.
being a drunk again. And she would um, kind of like poke the bear a lot, she would just constantly be on him. I think my dad was really hurting. Now
Mhm.
that I look at it, my dad was really hurting during that time, and he had no other way to express it. And that was the best way. He knew how to release it.
Yeah.
Um, so, and because of the constant, like, that was really the first times that I ever saw my parents fight. I never saw my parents fight, ever. Not even bickering at each other, not anything like that. So I was 13 when that happened.
You were scared, of course.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna let go of that trapped emotion. So again, I said I let go of the trapped emotion of fear. It
I let go of the trapped emotional fear.
doesn't longer serve me anymore.
It no longer serves me.
I let it go.
I let it go. I let go of the trapped emotional fear. It no longer serves me. I let it go. I
Mhm.
let go of the trapped emotional fear. It no longer serves me. I let it go.
Very good. Now take a very deep breath. Wow. How do you feel? Do you feel something lightheaded or
Yeah, a little
relaxed?
lightheaded. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's good. That's a good sign. All right, let's see. So I'm glad that we are figuring out that all this fear is where it comes from, and it's an illusion, and it's in the past, and it doesn't exist in your present life anymore. It's just a memory that was there that we're releasing, that you're bringing up to your consciousness. So it's not real anymore. It's a memory. It's a past.
Yeah.
And so now you have to just go for it. You know what fear means? Fear means this is up to here, we know. From this line to this line, we're stepping into the unknown. That's it. But nothing is going to happen. And just cross that line and you will see something new. There's no danger. It's just, it's the unknown. I mean, what is the worst that can happen?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think about it all the time. Like, what is the worst that could happen? Like,
That you're
I
going to be
don't get
super
that
happy
job, but
and
I'll
have
get
more
another
money.
one. It's just, I think it's especially because I've had so much control of where I'm going and what I'm doing, that knowing
Yeah.
that I have to step into the person who I'm truly meant to be, and I'm not real sure what that person looks like. That's the unknown, and I know that I should just, have to go with that whole flow, and
Do you know what?
be
You
okay
know
with
what?
what I release.
I'm sorry. The worst thing that can happen is that you become very happy that you have more money
Yeah,
and that you love it.
yeah, yeah,
And like you can buy a house. That's the worst thing that can happen.
yeah.
Just see it that way. So I'm gonna give you a little homework,
Okay.
and I want you to tell me. Okay. So I want you to test the universe, or I want you to ask the universe for a test, for a proof. So you see that we believe that there is this powerful force that supports us, that's always, that whatever we say, the universe, this energy says, yes, sure, it's up to you. whatever you want, right? There's tons of possibilities. So I wanted to say, universe, if it's true that you exist, that there is this powerful energy that has my back, I want you to give me a proof in the next 48 hours.
Okay.
Any proof that is not a casualty, something that I would recognize and say, oh, wow, okay, cool. In the next 48 hours, universe, you know, say it like that.
Okay.
And then you tell me, and then write down the time and the day that you said it. And then
Okay.
you will see in 48 hours.
Okay.
It happened to me already, and it has happened to some people that I've taught, and it's so fun because like, oh, she's like, wow, it does exist. It's just that I don't know, we have all these things that interfere, but it's just us. It's not real. I mean, the past, yeah, many people suffer, but it's not here anymore. It's not in my present life anymore. It's in the back.
Yeah.
You have a big, beautiful future. You're very talented. You're amazing. They will love you at the job, any job. You're super capable. You're super responsible. You will totally make it. 100%. I have no doubt. So you shouldn't have it either. You should know your value. You should know, hey, they're lucky to have me. They're very lucky to have me. And okay, universe, what else? What else? Surprise me. Come on. Where's the money? So think positive, because every time that we think, it affects our life. It's like when this other experiment that they say, okay, I'm going to see yellow cars today. And then you start seeing yellow cars here everywhere, right? Your thoughts really affects where you have your focus affects your life every day. So just see yourself being happy in the job, making more money. Changes are good. It's boring. I mean, when you have water in a bucket, what happens after 2, 4, 5 months? It starts getting mold. You need to move. It needs to flow.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely feel it. I definitely feel I need to start flowing, for sure. For sure. I feel it. I mean, I know this time was coming a year ago.
Like 10 years ago. No, that's good. This is your time. I feel it. I see it. And let me see. We're just to close. I'm going to give you a message, okay? Let me just concentrate and ask your guides for a message. Oh, right here. Okay, what I'm getting is like a peaceful resolution, like recovery. So I think that all this anxiety, all these fears, everything that is going on with you is going to pass. I feel good vibes. I feel, yes, go for it. Try it. You're going to be okay.
Okay, I'll keep you posted. Thank you. Thank you so much.
No, thank you for doing this video for everybody to know what I do. But anyways, I'm going to send you Reiki tonight, so you know.
Okay.
So I'm going to stop the recording.
Okay,
No,
thank
don't
you.
go, don't go.
Okay.